So we're here with Rodney Mullen. It's so exciting. I don't even know where to begin.
I do.
Okay.
Because you told me, when he said that you were going to be on the show, I was like, awesome. And then he said, yeah, we're going to have to do it late because he goes out at midnight and skateboards by himself until 5 a.m. every day. Every night, I'm sorry.
Yeah, not quite as long. I usually get out about one, and then I come back around 3:30, 4.
See, I do a lot of boxing these days, and I made an analogy at the gym today. I was excited to talk to Rodney, and I can't stop telling people that story because I think that's so fucking hardcore. And so everybody that tries and trains and all the athletes I've known in the world, all the stars that I haven't met, their work ethic is insane. But I don't think Canelo Alvarez is at the boxing gym at 1 a.m. until 5 every day by himself. He goes to sleep. You just go.
It's just that time. Well, those guys are there all day, right? But night times for me, man, that's always been.
And by yourself.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I go so late, you know? There's something about the rhythm of the night, but it's also, something about it brings something out of me. Yeah.
So if you had a friend that was out there and then he was like, oh, can I tag along? You'd be like, man, I'd really rather you didn't.
A little bit. Yeah.
Is it always?
Yeah, you're never skating with other people, right?
No. I mean, if I were to see someone, go skate, mess around. Yeah, that's cool for a night or two. But when it comes down to the substance of what carries you through, the love of what you do, it's got to be solo at night.
And and you like just the peace, like in your own mind.
There's something about it. I'm not sure if it's peace. It's a version of peace. And which I'd like to hear more about you. I mean, the transition from skating to fighting.
Well, when you get a podcast, I'll be on it. We're interviewing you, dude. Trust me, I've covered my life a couple times on here.
We have covered that extensively here.
Y'all tune in.
We live here.
Yeah, everybody listening's like, oh man, don't make him say shit again. Go back to Rodney.
Don't talk about fighting. No.
Yeah. All right.
And then, so that one, and then you just said before the show started that it rains a lot and you're in London,
right, yeah.
So you got a wet board.
Yeah, right.
A board for being completely wet in the rain because you will skate by yourself in the rain.
Backtrack.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I knew when people asked about having Rodney, I knew that he was in England because he's been there for 5 months.
5.5, yeah.
5 months with his girlfriend, fiance, and because she's working on films.
Yep.
We can get into that, and you can speak for yourself, of course. But I'm just trying to give it some context. So I hit up Rodney. I said, hey, when are you coming back? He said, I'll be back for a week.
Oh, it's only for a week. You're going back again.
Yeah, not back to London. God, it's crazy. Her life, she just flew back here for like 4 days and just flew over there, landed, and then she has to fly back in 2 days. Like, that's what her life is like.
Oh, wow.
Me, she's taken on, so she's finished that. It's a Marvel film. And we're here for Thanksgiving. She gets like a 3-day turnaround. And me, I'll be here for, I think the total is like, what is that, 10 days or something? And then to Pittsburgh for another film. Back for Christmas, then there for another couple of months.
Wow.
So it's kind of cool because I get to meet a lot of characters. What's cool for me is the respect for skating.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the +1 dork, right? Like all these movie star guys. And then they're like, oh, wait, you're the
to them, he is. I know, to us, no. But to him, you just said you went to a party the other day.
Hold on, though. I live in those circles a little bit,
right?
With obviously actors, celebrities, stuff like that. So I know enough of them. There is this massive respect and reverence for you,
Not for me,
not just for skateboarding.
Yeah.
And I get asked a lot, especially by non-skaters, like, "What's Rodney Mullen like? Like, what about Rodney Mullen? I've seen that guy, seen his TED Talk, seen the tricks he created." And I was like, that's how he is.
Thank you. Well,
but to say you're just the dorky +1. Slow down.
Well, it is the same. Tony is the same. And kind of the same. Do you know Tony Hawk?
That's so weird.
So the respect for skating that I see, even from people who don't get it, right? From a distance, they lock on to it. They're like, whoa, what you guys do is different. It's creative. It's raw, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of these things that drive these higher end actors, at least I've been so fortunate to meet, the guys that you actually respect, like really respect. And you're like, wow, where are you pulling from to do that?
The intense ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny, they connect with what we do as skateboarding, which makes me think, I think for all the crazy things that have happened to me in the last 15 years or something, 10 years, cycling, some of the TED stuff and Silicon Valley stuff that finally brought me to MIT at the Media Lab. What I really see there is, dude, there's no other community. And it gives you the parallax. You get to see it from the outside of like all we've known is skateboarding.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But when you see it from the outside, especially these really stratospheric levels of talented people, you're like, man, of all communities, skating. I am so grateful that my instincts or whatever drew me to skateboarding from the beginning led me right. Because now with this hindsight of here I am at this age, man, there's no community that's richer. Like, this is who I am as a skater,
Yeah.
And I really see that. So I guess my point is being around these guys, oh, how great to be an actor, whatever, is like, nah, skateboard.
But it does translate to the other things you've been dabbling in terms of curiosity and discipline and evolution. And I know you've done a few. We did a speaking gig together.
Yeah, right. That was fun.
Right?
With Simon.
Where was San Francisco?
IBM, yeah.
Yeah, so we did IBM.
In Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah. And he did a talk that it was unreal because I know you did that one TED talk that kind of went viral. But then he had a different talk, and he was talking about collective evolution and how someone will create a skate trick, and then someone else will do that same trick but in a totally different way and make it look different. And then someone else will add to it. They'll add going backside or a big flip or doing a switch. And then we're all sort of building on our own past. And so there's this collective evolution. And I watched this audience who are all in the tech world go, man, if we just shared our technologies with each other, our advancements with instead of trying to keep it all proprietary and hold it to ourselves, we would go so much further with it.
Yeah.
And I watched that happen in real time, just listening to Rodney talk about creating skate tricks.
Right, but
but the way he explains it is inspiring. That's why.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you.
It's crazy.
All I know is it's
I mean,
cool.
you got to back it up, and you have that, like when you talk about your passion and drive for things, and you have the thing, like the ability that you have from your passion and drive, like to say this is how you should go about it, and I've noticed this and I've noticed that, with no credibility, like to have the highest. Like I said, I don't know. I know a lot of athletes. You might be the most disciplined one out of all of us. Everybody.
Yeah, I'm not here at 1 a.m.
But you're here first thing.
I sometimes skate here alone.
Yeah.
But I know you. I know your drive, and I know your discipline is way off the charts, and always has been, though. I mean, but you skated alone in Florida.
Yeah, all those hours. But then it goes back, and I'm sure the same. Although you're in Australia, right? I mean, during those early years. But so I wish I could speak to that. But what I am saying, Del Mar, when I would come down and hang out, the contest to me, it says so much. You would go. Those are some of the best memories of hanging out with you and your family, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm down there, doing my little thing on the flat in the ditch, and then I would come up and I'd see you guys flying around, and then all the buildup and all the practice, and then going out. I still remember going out with Billy Ruff, and then I was checking out, what was it, Fast Times or whatever we saw back then, and then the contest goes, and you win the contest. And then to see you just go skating after the contest, right to it after all that stuff goes, there's just like trash, people throw their stuff. And then you don't go celebrate, you don't do anything. It's just, no, back to skating. And
but but you too, that was when we would learn the most tricks.
Yeah.
Because we were unchained.
Yeah.
When we were competing, you had to do the stuff you knew you were going to make. It had to be consistent. It was kind of conservative. It wasn't that conservative.
But it had to be a little.
It had to be a little. You couldn't just go. And then when we were released from that, we'd be like, oh, now let's try some hard stuff that we can bail on.
That's right.
And I would always learn at least 1 or 2 tricks right after a contest.
I'm so with you, because there's all the pressure of get ready for the best in show,
Yeah.
And then you get to I'm sick of this.
Man, I would leave and go get drunk. That's probably why you're you and I'm me. After the contest, like, man, if I won or something, you fucking might not see me at the ramp for a week.
Or anywhere.
Yeah, I was doing a different thing at 5 a.m, Rodney. It wasn't helping my skateboarding, let's say that.